All right, so we're here with my wonderful friend and brother-in-law, Kevin.
Hello.
He's been in my life for 20 plus
20
years
plus
now.
years, yeah.
And has been able to watch my journey, and
Mhm.
now I have the pleasure of watching his journey as well. So today, what I want to cover is his story. He's been through a lot and has a lot of life to share and a lot of neat things to share. And the point is that no matter what you're going through, you're definitely not the only one. And I have my story, Kevin has his story, you have your story.
Yeah.
But as humans, we go through a lot of the same things, just in different ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Uncle K, if you can take it away.
Hi, so my name's Kevin. So my personal health issues probably started 5 or 6 years ago, we're not really sure. But at some point I developed arterial fibrillation, or AFib for short. And what that resulted in was approximately 2 years ago, I started retaining water more and more. And I didn't really notice it started creeping up on me. Combined with the last few years, definitely going through various stages of depression. Life didn't seem very hopeful to me. Struggling with employment. I had a job, but it wasn't quite what I wanted. Things, you have plans for the future, and those plans fell out, and we were just struggling. And we had some opportunities to try and get our budget under control, our bills taken care of, and we were doing all that. And I was very distracted with what was going on with me physically. But also I was depressed enough to think that I didn't deserve to ask for help. That it was okay, I would just get through it, I'd get over it, I'd walk it out. And that's not what happened. The AFib almost killed me. I ended up on heart meds. I ended up 2 weeks in the hospital, and water pills, blood thinners, and that was something I never really wanted to be associated with, was having to take medication for the rest of my life. I've come to realize that that's what keeps me alive, and I can't appreciate being alive now. But in that process, I've managed to lose a lot of weight. I've been going forward with that, and kind of did a lot of lifestyle changes. And the first 6 or 8 months, that was great. I was really motivated. It was like, take care of yourself or death. So I'll take care of myself now. But even with that motivation, you start slacking off. Things start not working out. You miss a couple workouts here. Oh, someone brought pizza to lunch. Oh, well, I'll take a slice of that. And that starts happening. And sure enough, I never really had dealt with my depression or the struggles I had internally. And so that was starting to justify my bad behaviors, which was going to probably end me up back in the hospital. It was around that time that my sister-in-law, Mary, had it activates your cells, it gets everything working well, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, sounds like snake oil, but I'll give it a shot. Because at the time, I was in a place where I was willing to give it a shot. And I do have a lot of trust in my sister. She's not somebody who goes after the newest phase, newest thing, whatever. So I knew that she'd done the research. I knew that she'd looked into this. And I also knew about her struggles. And just hearing where she was at, I was kind of shocked. I was like, because I lived with her for a while. I saw her at kind of her worst. And talking to this person on the phone was a different person. And so I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. Give me that. And I started taking it. And I guess, part of you is like going, oh, this could be magical. And there were changes, but they were very subtle, but they were very important changes. When I went to go do my workout, the first thing I noticed was the repetition in the workout itself. I could feel my muscles working better. I don't know how to describe it, except there was a depth of strength that wasn't there before. And it challenged me to try harder, and it felt good. And I cranked through my workout, and I pushed harder than I normally did, and I was worried. I was like, oh boy, that was fun, but I'm not a spring chicken. I know I'm going to be paying a price. And the next day I got up, I was like, went to go get the Advil and realized, wait, I'm not hurting. What the heck's in this stuff? And I remember calling Mary and asking her about that. I was like, and she shared with me, that she was working out more, and your ability to recover is amazing. That's what kind of blew me. I had a specific energy to want to work out, an enjoyment of workout that I hadn't had since I was in my 20s, and a recovery that was just amazing. So I could just keep doing it. I didn't regret it. And I don't, when you get older and you work out and stuff, that whole after pain. It kind of really demoralizes you, make you not want to go back to the gym because it's just going to hurt more.
Yeah.
The cool thing is I don't hurt more. And that recovery is allowing me to feel more motivated, more able to do things I want to do. Got a little spring in my step because of that. Mary got me some, and I was like, well, what's this going to do? And what it's done for me is really kind of activated energy inside me. I notice like, these are subtle things that you just like, I don't know, and they're important to me because the little things are always important. But like when I go to work, I park in a parking lot, I meet my fellow employees, and we have to walk about a quarter mile to the building we're at. It's a very secure location. And usually I'm the guy trying to keep up when we're walking. 2 days after starting NADS, I was the guy they were keeping up with. And that was amazing to me. It just, I felt like my body was straighter, everything was working better, and I was, I could just go and go and go. And so as an energy, it's like, and when it happened, I was like, oh boy, yeah, this is probably going to last an hour, and I'm going to drop off like caffeine or something. No, that's not what happens. It is a strong energy. It is a good energy. It doesn't hype you out, but it keeps you going forward. And I think that's the biggest thing is like, it's helped me overall because I was really hitting this rut, and I knew where it was going to take me. But being on this activation, having my cells activate, having my body recover, just feeling generally whole again. There's almost a psychological element to it as well. I mean, I don't want to go too crazy about it, but it really does help me. It makes me want to go forward and do the things that will help keep me alive, help keep me healthy. And anything that'll do that, I'll give you some money for that. So yeah, I hope that covered most of it.
Yeah. No, that's amazing.
Yeah.
No, I think that's what I've experienced, as well as because it's your body doing the work. It's not like it just hits you out of nowhere and there's not those crazy crashes.
No, it's just steady.
And then of course we still have good and bad days, but it's just that mental clarity, I think, is almost like is one of the biggest things to me, is that focus and energy, like, but in my mind.
No, because where I work, sometimes I'm in charge. We rotate being in lead, and usually that's just like you have to stop and go, okay, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna do this? Blah blah blah. And I can get muddled in that, and I can forget things throughout the day and try and be catching up. And now it's like I walk in, I've got a plan, I don't forget anything. I remember everything we got to do, I execute on time, and our shift goes smooth. And that gives me a confidence that I didn't have before. It's like, wow, being in charge isn't that hard. I'm remembering everything. So I totally, that mental clarity is everything.
And that optimism, like I've watched the shift in you, because for a long time, Kevin wouldn't really call me anymore. We were good friends when I was like a 12-year-old. We were really close. But then as life hit and, work was hard, physical stuff was hard, relational stuff was hard. It's like he would try to have a good attitude all the time. He's always like that person that you can rely on to try to be encouraging and be strong. But you could tell it was becoming automated.
I had this kind of sadness inside.
The heart and the light behind his eyes was fading, and just in the last few months especially, like lifestyle, of course, was huge. Diet is huge, and all those things are so important. But watching that switch, where you call me and I can tell there's no anxiety about calling me anymore. You just call me, you're talking, you're laughing, you're spontaneous. And like now we have this connection, and like I'm ready to have fun with you, and you're ready, like we're ready to go forward in our lives.
Absolutely.
So as far as in this, in everything I do, like the point is to share and help others. So what are some, I guess, thinking changes, like some heart changes, some mind changes that have switched in you that have helped you be ready for going forward?
Well, for me, I mean, it's like, and something my wife and I have discussed is, if you would have talked to me 6 months ago, I really had no real hope. I had no plan for the future. And with the clarity that the cell activation has given me, and the energy it's given me, and just the positivity, I guess, I'm hopeful again. And with hope comes this whole springing forth of ideas and thoughts, and just like, that's just within my reach. I can do that, and I can stretch just a little further for that. And so we've been talking about where we want to be in a year, where we want to be in 3 years, where we want to be in a month to get there.
Yeah.
And it's like we actually have started writing down our plans. We actually have discussions now, not arguments. And it just, I want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's one of the things about cell activation is you want to engage in life again.
Yeah.
And that's where that was missing from just the diet, the workout, the blah, blah, blah. That was just labor.
Push. Yeah.
Push. This is the enjoyment.
Yeah.
This is we can do this. We get to do this.
Yeah.
I want to participate in that. I want to be a part of this. It's living a life worth living.
Yeah.
And that's what this does for you. It's not the magic pill that does it all.
No.
But with good health, with good diet, I mean, and working out and taking care of yourself, this is going to maximize all that. It's going to make it worth your while to do it. It will help you be encouraged to continue down the road. And that's what it's doing for me, because I knew I was just starting to drop off, slow decline, and I could see that. I don't like lying to myself.
Yeah.
And this has really helped bring me back up and level me off. I'm like, okay, I can do this. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to do great at this.
Yeah.
And I like being a part of that. I like being hopeful again.
Yeah.
It's been nice.
Isn't that's the part that's shocked me, because I knew I had a lot of physical health problems.
Yeah.
But I thought the mental health problems, I thought that was all me being selfish, being, not faith-filled enough, maybe, not praying hard enough, not being thankful enough. Yeah. And I don't know about your inner chatter, because you've been doing this less long than me, but my inner rumination and chatter, like, it's almost gone at times. Yeah. To a point where I just feel free to live and speak and, like, fulfill those things that I feel like I'm called to do. And of course I'm still human. I have little things of fear or something, but they're actually related to something. They're not just coming out of nowhere. The minute I get out of bed, I'm not getting hit over the head with all the craziness. And I don't know if that's changed for you.
Yeah, the whole brain fog of it all.
Amazing.
It's the defeat before you've even started.
Yeah.
It's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Because I know going through my depression and stuff, it was so easy for me to give up. So easy for me to not want to try anymore. And it'd be all the memories like, well, it's going to hurt a lot. Oh, you're going to be so tired after this. Yeah. Oh, this is not going to be fun. Yeah. And realizing that's a lie. Yeah. Remember yesterday, you got out there, you worked out, it was a great workout, and you feel great right now, don't you? And it's like, let's go do that again. Yeah. Let's go do that again. Yeah. Let's see what else we can do today. And just being encouraged, just like finding time to do things. Yeah. That was the other thing, the clarity, because getting up in the morning, I would think about everything I got to do, and it was over. Yeah. I couldn't even think about everything I had to do. Yeah. I just get lost. Yeah. And now I get up in the morning and go, I'm doing this, this, and this. I might call this person. Yeah. Hey, you know what else I can do today? Yeah. I can take Liz out for a cup of coffee. Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
That's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. Yeah. And I think of the fun things again. And I guess that's the freedom, because there's I love the word comorbidity. Yeah. Because our physical health really is intertwined with our psychological health. Yeah. And if physically we're not doing well,
mentally we're not doing
we're going to be dragging that down too. And this kind of sort of bridges that gap. There's just that sense of wellness that carries over. Yeah. And helps us see the positive side of things again. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Brother, and I'm excited to live this life with you.
Yes.
And I hope that we've given a little encouragement to those people that are struggling out there, that you're just pushing through day after day. You're trying to do everything you can, and you're doing a great job. Mm-hmm. And maybe even things are shifting for you slowly, like they were for me. But there's more. And this might not be, things are changing so fast with biohacking and nutrigenomics. Who knows what we'll learn next. Yeah. And the simplicity is the amazing part, is that for me, it's just like our cells were made to fix our own bodies. They were created to do all this work, and they do it all the time. But at some point, there gets to be that interference, and at different points, we get to this place in health where it feels like no matter what we do, sometimes we're hitting that brick wall. And so, maybe in 4 years, 6 years, if you make all these changes, you will get there. Yes. But it's so nice for me now, like within months, having a shift where even if I feel a little sick, like right now I have a cold, but it's okay. Like mentally, I'm still okay, and like I'm still optimistic.
Yeah.
And it's not like, oh, sick again. That's how my life is. And so that's such a cool
Yeah.
thing. So thank you for watching. Thank you, Kay, for sharing your
You're
story.
welcome.
It
Thanks
means
for
a
having
lot
me.
to all of us. Have a good day.
Take care.